Episode 1, Roots and Revolution, The Birth of R&B. Welcome to Rhythm and Blues, the heartbeat of American soul. In this series, we're going to follow the pulse of one of America's most enduring musical genres, from its gritty, soulful roots to the revolutionary force it became and still is today. But before R&B conquered airwaves and arenas, before it gave rise to stars, record labels, and styles that changed music forever, it was born out of something deeper. A sound born not only from the struggle and joy of everyday people, but also as a testament to resilience, unity, and the search for freedom. So let's step back to the beginning, where the rhythm started. The roots of R&B began far from bright lights and big cities, in small southern towns and African-American church choirs. In the early 1900s, African Americans were moving out of the South, seeking better lives in the North. This great migration didn't just reshape the landscape of America, it changed the soundscape too. R&B's first notes took shape in gospel songs sung in packed churches, in the mournful cries of the blues, and in the jazzy riffs played in backroom bars. Imagine it, a sound rich with both the pain of the past and the hope for something better. Music that told stories, even if those stories were heavy with struggle and loss. One of the first stars of this early music was Mamie Smith. In 1920, she recorded Crazy Blues, a song that would become a massive hit. But it wasn't just popular, it was groundbreaking. Her success showed that African American music, with its rich, raw emotion, could reach mainstream audiences. And in a segregated America, that was nothing short of revolutionary. This was the first time white America really listened to black music on a national scale. It set the stage for something bigger, something that would change music and culture forever. By the 1930s and 1940s, the sound was evolving. Enter Louis Jordan, a showman, saxophonist, and the original king of the jukebox. He brought a new kind of energy to the music. His sound was still rooted in the blues, but mixed with jazz and gospel, fast, upbeat, and made to move your feet. Jordan's songs like Caldonia and Ain't Nobody Here But Us Chickens laid the foundation for a music revolution. Jordan and other artists were creating a sound that everyone wanted to dance to, and so R&B began to emerge. With each passing decade, more African Americans moved to cities like Memphis, Chicago, and Detroit. And with them, they brought the sounds of the South, the blues, gospel, and jazz. Out of this blend emerged something new, something that felt alive. Musicians were experimenting, pushing boundaries. They were giving birth to what would soon be called rhythm and blues. This new genre was different from jazz or gospel. It was rougher around the edges, with a beat you could feel in your bones. It spoke to the struggles of the working class and wasn't afraid to be raw. And we can't talk about R&B's roots without mentioning Sister Rosetta Tharpe. She was a force of nature, a gospel singer with the rock and roll energy that would inspire generations. With her electric guitar, she didn't just play gospel, she redefined it. She played gospel music with the energy and flair of rock and blues, showing audiences that this music wasn't just for churches. It was a bold, beautiful act of defiance, and it paved the way for rock and roll. But why did R&B catch on so quickly? Why did people from every background suddenly find themselves captivated by this sound? The answer is simple. R&B was real. It was unapologetic and honest about the human experience. Whether it was a love song or a tale of hardship, people heard themselves in it. And when they danced to it, they felt free. As R&B began to move from the smoky clubs of Harlem and Memphis to the airwaves, it started to cross boundaries and reach more people than ever. But with all that came resistance. This music challenged social norms and racial barriers, and as the music grew, so did the movement. So here we are, at the dawn of something new, with a sound that would go on to inspire soul, rock, and more. But this was only the beginning. R&B was about to take the world by storm. Stay tuned, because in the next episode, we'll step into the golden age of rhythm and blues, where a young Ray Charles, a fearless James Brown, and the Motown sound would change music history. R&B wasn't just a genre, it became a movement,